Hello everybody, I'm JimmyTheSaint, and welcome to Jalopy. This is a new game. It's still in early access. They're still being developed. They're getting close to the end of development, and it was on sale, so I wanted to check it out and try it. Jalopy is kind of like a driving simulator slash mechanic simulator kind of style game. It's an odd game, but it's intriguing. I played it for about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to start a new game. We're going to dive right in. Basically, this is just saying thanks for buying the game. It's early access. If you find any bugs, let us know. We're going to jump right in here. Let's go ahead and start the game. Hello? Wake up. Wake up! Awake finally. Stay in bed any longer, the day will make fools of us both. Come now, I've something important to show you. So that's your uncle. Come, it's just outside. What's up, Unc? How's it going? I'll be out in just a minute. Let me get up, get dressed, walk around the place here. Nothing going on there. I was just seeing what all we can interact with. Oh, we can turn the light off. Cool. What is this? Well, I can't read German. It's locked, whatever it is. Oh, we can turn the lights out. Cool. Let me tidy up the place. Let me turn out the lights here. Alright, Unc, what's going on? What you got for us? It's bright and early today. It's about, 6:30 in the morning, it looks like. June 1990. June 23rd, to be exact. 1990. Stay alert, friends. Be vigilant. That jacket he is wearing is killer, man. It's like some crazy plaid. Here is a Laika 601 Deluxe. A Laika? Is that how you pronounce it? Laika. I don't know. Laika. Something of an engineering legend in the GDR. 0 to 60 in 22 seconds, a top speed of 100 kilometers an hour, all at the economical rate of 9 kilometers per liter. That sounds like a turd. That is, if we can get it running. Oh, yes, it's not running. And there's no wheels on it, man. Not to worry, I have everything ready. We'll just need to build her an engine, slap on some wheels, fit the passenger side door, and give her a bit of a clean. So let's get started. Fit the replacement door. It's over on top of that scrap pile behind you. If you squint, you'll be able to see it. Okay. It's that up there. I've kind of walked through the tutorial already just to kind of see how well the game plays and everything. So I kind of know this part, so I'll breeze through it pretty quickly. We'll grab the passenger side door off that broke car there in the junkyard. And it's pretty simple. You just walk up, click on it, slap it on. Doom. Less than elegant, but it's on. Right, now let's fit the engine. If you open the driver's side door, you'll see a black latch. Pull that and it will release the bonnet. Or the hood, as we call it here in the States. Can't you see it? It's that black latch. Should be just under the steering wheel. Yep, gotcha. Pull the hood release. That's it. You got it. Okay, now open the bonnet and I can walk you through this. As you can see, she needs an engine. I've got a load of stock parts set in the garage. Go collect one and I'll walk you through what it does. Roger that. Let me just close this door, get it out of my way. Got a bunch of parts here. I guess we'll start with the engine. The parts are set in the garage. Go collect one and we can start building the engine. Okay, we'll start with the engine. That should be pretty simple. That's the engine block you've got there, the core of your Laika setup. The engine block defines core performance of your Laika, including top speed and acceleration. A poorly kept engine block will mean your Laika will struggle to perform. Go ahead, drop it into the engine. Done. Stock engine, a small 2-stroke engine with 2 cylinders. Comes as standard to all Laika 601 Deluxe cars. That thing's a turd. We will need to install the ignition coil, the air filter, the carburetor, the fuel tank, the water tank, and the battery. Okay. I can't believe it's 2-cycle. This is like based on a real car, too. A 2-stroke engine. That's like what I've got in my weed eater, and like motorcycles and things come with that. I guess we'll start with the basics. Take a battery and install the battery first. Should be the most basic thing, right? That's the battery which provides the electrical charge for your Laika. Gotcha. Battery allows you to use lights, radio, car ignition, and that kind of thing. Alright. If your Laika won't start, the first place to check is the battery. Go ahead, drop it into the engine. Battery goes right there. Basically, if you pull up the little notepad, it kind of tells you what it's worth, how much it's charged, or the durability of every item, that sort of thing. We'll go grab the rest of the items: ignition coil, air filter, carburetor, fuel tank, water tank. Let's continue with electrical since we just put in the battery. Grab the ignition coil. There's no real difference as to what order you place these items. It's just how I'm going to do it. That little thing is the ignition coil. The ignition coil channels an electrical charge to start the engine. An ignition coil that's in bad condition may struggle to start the engine. Go ahead and drop it in. It goes over here. Check. One ignition coil done. And let's move on to, we've done electrical, let's move on to air. There's an air filter in here somewhere. Stock air filter. So we've got our electrical, our spark. Next we need air. Air filter is a non-essential component. The air filter isn't necessarily required to run your Laika, but it's a good idea to have one as it will reduce the rate of wear to your engine block. Well, that's good. Go ahead and drop it into the engine. I guess technically that is right. You don't really need an air filter. It just filters the air coming into the engine so you don't get dust and stuff inside your engine and wear it out faster. Okay, so next we've got fuel. Let's grab the fuel tank. We got our spark and our air. Last thing we need is fuel. That big lump of metal is the fuel tank, which holds the fuel of your Laika. A few notes on this one. First of all, it's gravity fed, so you'll need to open the bonnet and fill directly to the tank when refueling. Also, your Laika is running a 2-stroke engine. That means you'll want to mix in some oil to the fuel mixture. This thing is so janky. Failure to mix oil into the fuel will mean the engine won't be lubricated and will wear at an increased rate. Too much oil, though, and you'll start to see a performance drop. Keep your fuel tank well maintained, let it get too beaten up and it will start leaking fuel everywhere, and catch your car on fire because it's located under the hood, which is a stupid placement for a fuel tank. Go ahead, drop it into the engine. That is easily one of the dumbest designs I've ever seen, but I guess that's how this car really was designed. They had a fuel tank sitting right inside the engine bay, right on top of the engine. It's gravity fed. It lets gravity feed the fuel to the engine. Doesn't even need a fuel pump that way. Oh, geez. We still need to install the carburetor and the water tank. All right, let's grab this carburetor here, which basically just mixes the fuel and air as it comes into the engine. Right, that's a carburetor, which controls the fuel consumption of the car, which in turn controls how many kilometers per liter you'll get out of your Laika. A good, well-maintained carburetor will mean you use less fuel and can drive further for cheaper. Go ahead, drop it in. Done. All right, we need one last part. That was the water tank. Got that. Small water tank here. We will install this bad boy. That's the water tank, which provides water to help keep your windscreen clean from dirt. Keep it in good condition or it will start to leak water and you'll soon find yourself driving without any vision. Go ahead and drop it into the engine. Okay, that's everything installed. Good job. Thanks. Now to fill her up, we're getting nowhere without fuel. There should be a can of fuel, a bottle of water, and a bottle of 2-stroke oil in the garage. Okay, so we have to add 2-stroke oil to the fuel. Where's it? Ah, here we go. There's your fuel, your 2-stroke oil, and a bottle of water. You can grab like 3 things at a time. I probably could have installed that engine a lot quicker that way, right? Good, that's a can of fuel you're holding there. If you use that on the fuel cap of the fuel tank we just installed, then you'll begin filling the car with fuel. No problem. And you can kind of see how much it's got in there. 8, 9, 10. That is full. Go ahead and drop that if you're done with it. Alright, I'll throw that on the ground. And now I have a bottle of 2-stroke oil in your hands. You'll want to add a drop of it to improve the fuel mixture, which affects things like performance and engine wear. A lean mixture will result in a faster car, but with increased wear to the engine. A rich mix will result in the opposite. Try using it on the fuel tank to affect the fuel ratio mixture. Okay, so go ahead and drop that if you're done with it. Well, I'm not done with it. I want to add some more. I guess I can't. And you've got a bottle of water. Good job. If you use that on the water tank we installed, then we can fill her with water. Alright, not a problem. Got that topped off. Go ahead and drop that if you're done with it. Just throw all this stuff on the ground. No big deal. Excellent. Let's move on to the tires. Why are they spelled with a Y? T-Y-R-E. Yep, there are no tires in the car, so... Are they in the garage too? Ah, here we go. Tires. Oh, and a jack. Okay, let's go about getting some tires in the car. I said I was going to get them. We can't get it very far without wheels. There's a car jack over in the garage. Bring it over and we can get started. I just had to wait for him to chat first, right? Let's grab the jack. Grab it first. Place the jack under the car. Done. Now twist the handle. You'll notice you can now use the tire iron, but first we'll need to fit the road tires. Go ahead and drop that. Okay, dropped it. Done. Let's grab some tires and put them on. We'll grab 2 to do one side at a time. Good. Now just fit the road tire to the axle. Check. Got that. And tighten them up with the wrench included here. Let's see. And now the same for the other wheel. Good. Now you can drop the car down and we can do the same for the other side of the car. Gotcha. Alright, got our wrench. Let's move it over to the other side. Jack this baby up. And grab our 2 other wheels here. We'll throw this wrench down. Have to put the wheels on first. You have to do everything in the correct order here. 2 wheels, pick up our wrench. This is like Mechanic Simulator 2017. Jalopy Simulator. Jalopy Mechanic Simulator. Okay, now let's see how she runs. To be in the car, you may want to load the trunk with any spares left over in the garage. You can never be sure what you'll need on the road. Alright, let's lower it down. Let's pick up our jack, and we're going to put it in the trunk. So we've got a spare, we've got a jack for the road. Let's grab our gas can, our oil can, and our water. Throw them back here as well. And I guess we should close the hood. There we go. And what else? Is there anything else in here to grab? Any spare parts? Negative. Oh, here we go. A wrench set and a bucket of water to clean it with a sponge in there. The wrench set you can use to repair damaged items on the car. There we go. Close the trunk. Let's hop in. Okay, before we set off, let's get you familiar with some important companions. Here we have the maintenance manual. It will cover the basics of running the car. In there you'll find information regarding a basic overview of the Laika vehicle, details of your current engine setup, listings of the cargo we're currently carrying, and that sort of thing. You can turn the page by selecting the top corners of each page. Alright, we'll have a look through this later. For now, go ahead and drop that. Gotcha. Next, you'll need the map. Thank you, Uncle, for the map. This one is important as it allows you to select which route you'll be taking between each destination. As you can see, our first destination is the CSFR border crossing near Dresden. So we're leaving Berlin and traveling to Dresden. And we have to pick a route we can take. I just accidentally clicked that, and I guess that's the way we're going. Once a route has been selected, then we're committed to driving it. And again, you can turn pages by selecting the top corners. Other pages include your statistic tracking and unlocks tracking. So you can see what sort of things you've tracked and how far you've gone and that sort of thing. You can have a look through that later. Close it for now. Finally, the keys. Thank you, Uncle. If you just pop them in the ignition, then she's all yours. Bro, where you going? You're not coming with me? Where you going, Uncle? Am I just going on this trip all by myself? With your incredibly hypnotic jacket you're wearing? The sun's coming up. Let's go. Let's get on the road. We're wasting daylight, right? Hop in. Alright, close the door. I'm going to roll down the window. Get a little fresh air going in here. And let's fire this baby up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's purring. She's purring. You know what? One thing I wanted to do, because the game wouldn't let me earlier, I'm going to add some more oil, because that was not enough, in my opinion. 1 drop was a lean mix. Just FYI's pro tip right here. See, it is a lean oil mix, optimal oil mix. Now the engine won't wear out as fast. Trust me, this is a good thing. Close the trunk, close the hood, hop in and let's get out of here. Alright, close our door. Crank it up. Vroom! Let off the parking brake, and now we can drive. So you've got all sorts of little things in here. You've got windshield wipers you can move back and forth. You have a washer nozzle you can spray water on the windshield. You have hazard lights. You have headlights you can turn on. All kinds of little doodads you can fiddle with. You have a cigarette lighter for some reason. I don't know if there are any cigarettes in the game. And a radio. The music is slightly weird, but let's get going. At least we got some music for the road, right? So here's our little janky little car on the road. We're heading to Dresden, and this is, you know, full-on driving now. I've got mirrors I can look at. I can look out I have a full 360 view of the road here, and I am actually controlling the vehicle and driving and all that. We'll see if anything cool happens. I did this earlier and drove to Dresden, and like nothing happened. It was kind of boring, so in that case I'll probably just skip ahead if nothing interesting happens. But basically this is all you do. You maintain your car, you build it, and you're trying to drive home. I think the end destination is Turkey. They haven't added that in the game yet, but they're about to in the next patch or the next major update for the game. They're adding the last area. Most of the game is finished right now. We have our first little stop here. I was curious to see what this was. I'm just going to slow down real quick. Let me turn that radio off because that's annoying. Shut the car off, hop out real quick. I wanted to see what this is. It's a tank or something. Oh, I can't read that. I can't read German. Or whatever that is. Okay, it's just a monument of some kind, this huge tank. Don't hit my car, dude. Watch out, bro. Alright, well, that was nothing interesting. Let's get back on the road. Let's get to it. Alright, guys, I don't want to run this episode too long, so that's going to wrap this one up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, guys. Post me any comments or questions down below. Let me know what you think. Hey, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.